Hello and welcome to our look at lost battles played with miniatures. My name's Aaron, and hopefully I won't bore you too senseless. So what we've got here is the battlefield for Trebia from 218 BC. In lost battles, the battlefield is divided into 20 zones, 4 deep by 5 wide. You can see that these trees here are marking the points where the zones intersect. So on this table the zones are 24 centimeters wide and 20 centimeters deep. So what we're wanting to do is fit the troops into those spaces neatly while still serving game functions. So one of the key aspects of lost battles is the attack limit, which is the number of units or unit equivalents which can attack out of one zone into another zone in any turn. So at Trebia the attack limit is 3, which means that 3 units can attack from one zone into the other. So that means that an average unit should be 8 centimeters wide, and that's the basis for all of the arrangements that we've got here. So the battlefield itself is a flat plain. Over to the right here behind the Roman line would be the Trebia river, which the Romans had crossed earlier in the morning in the cold and the rain. So their class is fatigued under lost battles because A, the Velites there have expended their missiles, and B, the whole army's been up with no breakfast and had to cross a swollen or flood swollen or rain swollen river. So Hannibal's troops have an advantage with that. So with regards to the troops in the two armies, the Romans have got a fighting value of 73 and the Carthaginians a fighting value of 83. So fighting value in lost battles is broadly similar to points in other systems. So average units are worth 3 points, veteran units are worth 4, and levy units are worth 2. Just a note on troop numbers. In lost battles, units or the number of troops in a unit is inversely proportionate to the quality of the unit. So a veteran unit has half as many troops in it as an average unit, and an average unit has half as many troops in it as a levy unit. So we can see that on the table here. These Velites are levy, so they're 8 bases. These Spanish lights here are average, so they use 4 bases. And down here, I'll just move this. This unit of Numidian veteran light cavalry has only 2 bases because, well, they're veterans. Okay, so let's look at the different troops within the army. So starting with Carthage, as I said, the fighting value is 83. That's 20,000 troops in the heavy infantry units, 3 units of Africans, 2 of Spanish and 2 of Celts. Unfortunately, I don't have enough Celtic figures, so I've had to use Celtiberians to stand in for that, so please forgive me. They've also got 8,000 light infantry and 2 units of average chappies there, so they're worth, each unit there contains 3,000 men. There's also another 1,500 accompanying the elephants over there, and there are also a few who have joined in with Mago for his ambush force. Carthage has got 5 units of average heavy cavalry. These guys are Spanish and again Celts, so that equates to 7,500 heavy cavalry, and they've also got 4,500 light cavalry in 2 average units and 2 veteran units, one of which is led by Mago. And those 2 veteran units represent Mago's ambushing force, which in reality was somewhere over behind the Roman lines, concealed in a an overgrown watercourse, and would later fall upon the Roman rear. So that's off table in Lost Battles, but there is a mechanism in Lost Battles to allow things like this ambush to take place, which we'll come to later on. We don't know how many elephants there were that survived the trip over the Alps, but it looks like, well, under Lost Battles, somewhere around 20 or 30 on table here. And as far as commanders go, we've already said that Mago is on table. He's leading the Numidians there. He's an average leader, and you might just be able to see Hannibal over there behind the right centre. He's a brilliant commander, which is worth 18 points towards the army fighting value. So he's a very valuable chap to have on your team. And because he's a brilliant commander, he gets to give his side what's known as a flip-flop. So the Carthaginians start the game moving second, but at some point during the game he can declare the flip-flop, which means that the turn order is reversed and the Carthaginians get to move first on the following turn. So it's this that will allow Mago's cavalry, for example, to get around behind the Roman rear over a succession of 2 turns, but we'll get to that later. Okay, so the Romans themselves, we've got a consular or double consular army, so it's 2 legions of Roman troops accompanied by the allies. So that's 36,000 Roman infantry, 6,000 of them light infantry, the rest are heavy infantry, and you can see here that I've got them in their 3 lines: Hastati, Principes, and Triarii. There are 6 average units comprised of 4 bases, and there are 8 veteran units comprised of 2 bases. So the blue shields are average and the red shields are veterans. So that's how we tell them apart here. These command figures are just there for decoration. They serve no purpose whatsoever. But there's the unfortunate Sempronius, who's an uninspired commander, worth 3 towards the fighting value. So Rome has got 3 units of cavalry, so that's 4,500 heavy cavalry, 1 on this side, 2 on that side. So let's stop there and we'll look at how the army is deployed.